Hi guys, this is the last part of my CD collection, part 4, and this is going to be more of the older stuff and the more rockier things I've got. And we'll start off with Keen, Under the Iron Sea. I had this since I was at school and when it was first released, and I absolutely love this. It just really does take me back to my school days, and when I had this on my old MP3 player, the old album, and it's a really special CD. I think it's definitely my favourite Keen album, even though I haven't got all of them on physical form, but I've got the whole lot on my iPod. Even though the first album, is it Hopes and Fears, it's a good album, but it wasn't a very exciting time in my life, so you know, this one's definitely my favourite. I've also got their latest album which was released last year, Strangeland, and I was really impressed with this. I liked the sound they went in. Silence by the Night is definitely one of my favourite songs of 2012, and it's a classic. Next is Gorillaz Plastic Beach. I don't know why I bought this. I should have picked up their first 2 albums before this one, I think, because even though it's a really nice album to listen to, it's got a great theme and story and style behind it. I think I would have preferred to have their first 2 albums, especially Demon Days, which is has some great singles off it. Next is Oasis, Definitely Maybe. Fantastic album, very timeless in the Britpop era of the 90s in the UK, and great singles released off it. I really like Shaker Maker, that's probably my favourite off that album. Next is the very famous What's the Story, Morning Glory. Probably my favourite Oasis album, but it's not because Wonderwall's on here, because I'm sick to death of people saying that Wonderwall's their favourite, even though it's probably the one they only know. There's a lot of Oasis songs in the catalogue, and Wonderwall's a good song, but there's so many better songs in my opinion. My favourite songs off here are, I like Don't Look Back in Anger, and there's a song called Some Might Say, which is just a brilliant 90s Britpop track, very classic one. Next is Be Here Now, and this was given a lot of negativity. I think it was because of the hype from What's the Story, Morning Glory to this one, and people were expecting great things, but a lot were disappointed, and I think it's a really great album. The only thing I'm not very keen on is it's a little bit too long. I think that's the only criticism I could say about this, but the song All Around the World is definitely my favourite song off this album, and it's actually my favourite Oasis song of all time, because it just reminds me of going to Ibiza as a child, and just reminds me of being on the airplane and everything. It's just a very exciting time, and even the artwork is very nostalgic. Next is Oasis, Standing on the Shoulder of Giants. This has a very psychedelic feel to it, psychedelic rock, and it was okay. There's a couple of songs I liked. I liked the singles, Go Let It Out and Who Feels Love, and I don't really remember much about the album, but it's not bad. Next is Heaven Chemistry. This was a bit more of like a back to basics album, like to their true form, and what can I say, it's got some amazing singles like Stop Crying Your Heart Out, even though it's a very dark, you know, song, and it wasn't a very happy time in my life, but I can happily say it's a classic, and I'm very proud to own this. Next is Oasis, Don't Believe the Truth. I think this one's a lot more happier than Heaven Chemistry in my opinion. It was a much better time for me in music. I love the song The Importance of Being Idle and Lila. Those are probably my favourites, even though they were the singles. And next is their last album, Dig Out Your Soul, which I love the imagery on this album. I like the artwork. It's a very collage effect, and my favourite song on off here is probably I'm Out of Time, I think. Yeah, that one. And yeah, it's just a shame they split up, but you know, that's how bands happen sometimes, and I love their solo material, which I'll show in a sec. I've also got their greatest hits, Time Flies, 1994 to 2009. I have yet to get the Master Plan, which was their B-sides collection, so I'll definitely pick that up at some point. Also I've got Beady Eye, Different Gear, Still Speeding. A very 60s sounding John Lennon approach inspired album, and I was really impressed with this. I didn't think it'd be very good, but it turned out to be very good indeed. Next is Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, which is amazing. My favourite song in here is AKA What a Life for definite. Just love that song so much. Just sounds very much like an Oasis track, a very classic Oasis track. Yeah. Next is Blur, the best of. Unfortunately, the disc on this is very scratched because I bought it pre-owned and I was really annoyed. A couple of the songs play okay, but the majority don't, so I need to rebuy this very soon. But I like Blur, not as much as Oasis, I'm really sorry to say, but I love Blur. My favourite song is probably Song 2, because that's a very upbeat song. Reminds me of the 90s. Next is my only Coldplay album, A Rush of Blood to the Head. I really would like to get their other albums like Parachutes and Viva La Vida and their latest one, My Leg. So, sorry if I said that wrong. But yeah, this one's got one of my favourite songs on here anyway, Clocks, which is personal, and In My Place, which is classic. I actually do prefer Coldplay's older stuff to the newer stuff. I've also got Fleetwood Mac, the greatest hits. I don't know where the cardboard sleeve is to this, I've got it somewhere. But I love Fleetwood Mac. I actually like their later stuff than the earlier stuff. Like the Tusk era and the Tango in the Night stuff. Even though I do like Rumours as well. And yeah, I love Stevie Nicks as well, I love her voice. Next I've got Big Brother and the Holding Company. This is basically a band with Janis Joplin in. Cheap Thrills, and this is a great 60s album. I love the artwork as well. It's got some amazing songs on here like Summertime, Piece of My Heart, Ball and Chain, just amazing. I really love Janis Joplin. And I've got a album Pearl, which is a posthumous album not long after she died. Again, some amazing songs off here like Cry Baby, Me and Bobby McGee. Classic. They were quite expensive when I bought these, but they were worth the money. I've also got Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits, which has all the hits you know. A lot of you probably won't know many Janis Joplin hits, but check her out, she's got an amazing voice, very unique. Next is the best of the Mamas and the Papas. I love this band so much, you know, I love the 60s, some of the 60s music, and I love it. I love Mama Cass as well. I love Cass Elliott's voice. My favourite song is... I really like California Dreaming, of course, and I also like a song called I Saw Her Again Last Night. And I also like Cass Elliott's It's Getting Better. I've also got Clouds by Joni Mitchell, which I picked up in the summer of last year. I've only listened to this once, and I can't remember it, but I must say that Joni Mitchell's a very talented singer artist, and I really would like to get her other album Blue, because that's probably the most well known one. But yeah, I got this from a very peculiar CD shop on holiday. I've got David Bowie Hunky Dory. This is the only David Bowie album I own. I really would like to get Aladdin Sane and Diamond Dogs as well. My favourite song in here is Life on Mars, a very typical cliche choice to choose from, but it's just amazing. I love singing to that. I've got Blondie, their self-titled album. This was when they weren't very well known, but I love it. I love a lot of Blondie's stuff, even though I have yet to get a few of their albums. This is the only other album along with this one. I've got Plastic Letters, which I haven't listened to yet, only this one, but I'm very excited to listen to this. I really would like to get their other albums like Parallel Lines and, forgot the other ones, forgot what they're called. Eat to the Beat, that's it. I've also got Bee Gees number ones. I love the Bee Gees. I'm just so sad that only Barry Gibb's the only one left with us. Brilliant. My favourite songs are Too Much Heaven, that's probably my favourite. I like Night Fever as well. Basically all the disco ones we all know and love. Next is Boney M. A bit embarrassing. The Magic of Boney M. I like this because it just reminds me of going away to Spain on holiday, and there was a lot of Boney M playing on at the clubs there, in the hotel, and when when I come home I just bought the CD. Classic Donna Summer. I bought this after she passed away last year, and she's definitely the queen of disco. Has some great songs on her. I also like her 80s music as well. Time Space, the very best of Stevie Nicks. I love Stevie Nicks. I love her voice. It's very, very, you know, that sort of tone. My favourite songs is I Can't Wait, which is a very 80s rocky song, and also like Stand Back, which is very 80s again. You know, I just think she's very underrated as a solo artist as well. I think she should have had much bigger success outside of Fleetwood Mac. Next is the other Stevie Nicks album I've got, Trouble in Shanghai. This was a very nice album. It's a bit long, but it took me a while to get into it, but I loved it in the end. And it's got some amazing songs. There's a song on here called Too Far From Texas, which is probably my favourite. And yeah, I've got Wilson Phillips, the self-titled album. I love this band. I think they've got some amazing talent, considering that the two of them are the daughter of Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, and the other member is the daughter of Michelle and John Phillips from the Mamas and the Poppers. So it's pure talent combined. And my favourite song is I Like Hold On and Impulsive. Next is Wilson Phillips, Shadows and Light. It wasn't as good as their self-titled album, but there are a couple of good numbers on this. There's a song on here called Give It Up, which is a very upbeat song. And there's a song called Flesh and Blood, which is a very, very personal song. Also got the Go-Go's, Beauty and the Beat, which is a very punky 80s album. And I also love Belinda Carlisle and her solo stuff, which I'll show in a minute. And my favourite song is probably Our Lips Are Sealed. Also got the Greatest Hits, Return to the Valley of the Go-Go's. And it's a great package to have. It's quite rare to find in the UK this season, so I was lucky to find this. And it's got some amazing artwork. And yeah, I love the Go-Go's music. I really would like to get their Vacation album as well. I've got Belinda Carlisle, Heaven on Earth, which is a brilliant 80s album. My favourite song on here is called World Without You, which is a brilliant ballad. It just sounds so timeless, and I would love to cover that song if I had the chance. Also got this other album, Runaway Horses, which is a brilliant step up from Heaven on Earth. Very similar sounding, but it continues on some very great hits that Belinda released. And the other Belinda Carlisle album I've got is Live Your Life Be Free, which probably my least favourite out of the 3 albums I've got, but it's got some great songs on here. There's a song called Half the World, which is beautiful, and it's got more of a slightly different sound to the previous 2, but it just sounds timeless. I've got Bangles All Over the Place. I love the Bangles so much. If you can see, there's a drawing there of what I did of them in last year. Just shows how much I love this band so much. Not my favourite Bangles album now, even though it's a very 60s influenced album. Yeah. Next is my favourite one, Different Light, which has all the hits on, like Walk Like an Egyptian and Manic Monday. It's also got some other great songs, like there's a cover of September Girls. There's a song called If She Knew What She Wants. Flawless. This is the Cherry Pop Remastered Edition. Next is Bangles Everything, which is, again is very good, like Different Light. Very beautiful artwork as well. Truly amazing songs, and this was their last album before they broke up, but they reformed years later. Then I got the Greatest Hits, which was the first Bangles album I got. Then I got all the other CDs, and it's a great package to have. I got Alison Moyet Alf. It's got a big huge crack across it. It's good, but it's not a fantastic album. There's a song called Invisible, which sounds absolutely amazing. And I've also got her second album, Rain Dancing, which is a lot better than her first album in my opinion. There's a song called Is This Love, which is the best on this album. So yeah. I've got Sinead O'Connor, The Lion and the Cobra, which is very peculiar, and I love Sinead O'Connor. I love her music and her sound and everything. And my favourite song is there's a song called Mandika, which is my favourite for definite. Then I got the most famous album, I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got, which has the big hit Nothing Compares to You. And my favourite song on here is that song, and there's a song called The Last Day of Our Acquaintance, which is very beautiful. I also got a covers album, Am I Not Your Girl, which I haven't listened to yet, but I'm very excited to hear. I love the artwork as well. I do know the one song, Success Has Made a Failure of Our Home, and I do know the song Don't Cry For Me Argentina, but I haven't heard her version yet. Then I've also got Sinead O'Connor, Universal Mother, which has beautiful artwork. I only know the one song, what is it called? Fire and Babylon, which is a very angry, dark song. So yeah. And next I got the So Far the Best of Sinead O'Connor, which was the first Sinead O'Connor I got. And then it's a great CD package. Even though a lot of people only know the one song, Nothing Compares to You, I'd give a try listening to the other songs because they're just as good. I've got Roxette Joyride. I kind of like this band. I got this from a charity shop and I like the sound of it. And also got Roxette Tourism. There's a song in here called Silver Blue, which is very beautiful, and I love the artwork. It's very 90s. I've also got just bear with me, Lisa Stanfield Affection, which I picked up a couple of months ago. I love the song All Around the World. And then not long after I got the Greatest Hits biography. Yeah, it's a great package to have. There's a song in here called Change, which I haven't heard for years and years and years, and it's just come back to me by listening to it, and I love it. Next is the very best of Enya. I just like a bit of relaxation music from time to time. Yeah. Next is U2, the very best of U2 from 1980 to 1990. Brilliant. This used to be my dad's, but then I sort of nicked it off him. Then I got The Cure, the Greatest Hits. My favourite song in here is which one should I choose? Probably In Between Days, and I like Close to Me as well. Next is Sushi and the Banshees Through the Looking Glass, which is a covers album, but a very impressive covers album, may I say. And I'm not usually a big fan of when artists do cover albums at all, but I love the experimentation on this. There's a song called This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us, which is a brilliant song to, you know, get up to, and their cover version of This World's on Fire. Then I got their other album, Peep Show. Is it? Peep Show, yes, and there's a song called Peekaboo, and a brilliant Sushi and the Banshees album. I must admit I do prefer their later work than their previous stuff, even though I do love their previous stuff anyway. I've also got the last album they've done, the rap tune, which I haven't listened to yet. I only know the one song, Stargazer, but I'm very excited to listen to it. Beautiful artwork. I've also got Mel and Kim, FLM. I love Mel and Kim. I've got a review of this on my channel if you want to check it out. But yeah, very 80s, slightly cheesy music, but great. Rest in peace, Mel Appleby. Next is Tapao, Bridge of Spies. Yeah, I love the song China in Your Hand and Heart and Soul. And a lot of people know China in Your Hand by now. It's a great 80s album. Next is Eurythmics Ultimate Collection. I've had this quite a few years now, and I love Eurythmics. I love Sweet Dreams, of course. There's a song called Here Comes the Rain Again, which is a brilliant dark 80s track. I really recommend this. Next is Human League Dare, which is my dad used to have this on vinyl, and I started listening to it. Then I got the CD, and nearly every song is a masterpiece. Don't You Want Me is the hit single. Love Action, The Things That Dreams Are Made Of, Sounds of the Crows, stunning. Next I've got Tears for Fears, The Hurting. I love 80s music, of course, and I love Mad World, and I've got this, and I love Power Shelter. Then I also got the greatest hits of Tears for Fears, Tears Roll Down. And my favourite song off this is Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and I also like Sowing the Seeds of Love. I've also got these 3 80s Ministry of Sound CDs. I've got Electronic 80s, Electronic 80s 2 and Alternative 80s. I have yet to get volume 3 of Electronic 80s, but they're great to have. Next is Martika. I love Martika. This has Toy Soldiers on. It's also got a song called Cross My Heart, which is amazing. I also got Martika's Kitchen, which has brilliant artwork. And yeah, it's got some really amazing songs like Love Thy Will Be Done, A Magical Place. Yeah. Then I got, very recently I picked up One, The Final, which is a greatest hits package. My favourite song on here is Freedom, because it's just great. I'm not a big fan of Wake Me Up Before You Go Go though. I don't know why. I think I'm just a bit sick of hearing it every now and then. But yeah. Then I got Seal, The Greatest Hits. I've only just started listening to this and I'm very getting into Seal. Definitely going to pick up one of his albums sooner or later. And last, but certainly not least, 80s Romance and Complete Bell Stars. Picked this up recently and I am loving this CD so much. I could listen to it so many times over and over again. I also love the clapping song as well. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a review of this very soon. And that is it everyone. I hope you enjoyed. We've got through it and that's it. If you want me to do any reviews on the CDs I've shown in my collection, just comment me or something, and please subscribe or whatever. And thank you very much for watching everyone, and speak to you soon.